Hello everyone and welcome back to another Alliance War video. This is war number 8, season 32, and this time we're against KenOB, which is amazing. We love to see it. So we're jumping straight into the action here. I've got more on node 22. Now, as I've taken more before, I've taken node 22 before. The issue here is power gain, and of course with Spidey 2099 I've got the all the reverse power gain utility. So that aspect of the fight isn't too bad. The issue, however, is knocking down more by getting off parries and doing heavies, and also heavying his SP1. Now, I can reparry perfectly fine. I enjoy reparrying. I'm something I'm pretty comfortable with. But in war, I've sort of lost my confidence with it recently, because if I do a reparry, I feel like I don't have the I don't have the reactions to see immediately that my reparry has worked, and then do a heavy attack. I'd much rather do a light attack and then a heavy attack, but I can't do that when they have placed with max limber. And I also screwed up the spacing for a heavy counter there twice. You can do it easily with more with S2099 if you manage to trigger Dex on your dashback. There I do it, and I get the spacing right, but I screwed it up in the first one. And now here it's fine, I can just bait out SP1 and punish it with my heavy. And he's just not throwing it and trying to bait it. He tags me and pushes himself to SP2, which is incredibly annoying. Block it, not too bad. Managed to get a reparry here and throw my SP2. I've lost the Petrify. Oh, no, I don't. I've just refreshed it in time. Excellent. But I've got my Wither as well. Managed to get a reparry there, but again, I don't feel comfortable doing a heavy. Now there, unfortunately, I couldn't punish his SP1. Because I had the falter on me there, I thought my heavy was going to miss, so I threw my SP1 to cover myself, but I didn't need to. So yeah, this is a pretty sloppy fight. There I do get the reparry and throw the heavy. It's like the one clean time I do it. Here again, I'm trying to bait the SP1. He's pretty stingy about throwing it. He's kind of pushing me back, and I don't want to get cornered. I don't want to be messing around. Just reparry him and try and push him away. Now, of course, the focus thing is ticking away. I'm almost at falter. He throws the SP1 finally, and I can't punish him because I'm going to miss. So all I can do is just, I'm in the same position as before, throw the SP2, and the fight's in hand. Now, I fought Doom on this node recently, and I took a lot of damage when Doom was at 1%, and unfortunately the same thing happens here. Throw my SP1, falter happens, I miss, and suddenly my health zhoosh down, which is a real pain in the ass. But we get it down without any major difficulty. So annoying, but there we go. Also, sorry I had no audio for that first fight. I just forgot to get it. But we should have audio from now on. Now we're on a final run up to the boss, and our first fight here is Domino on this prowess node. Luckily, this is not a brilliant placement, just because Domino can't gain any prowess herself, so the whole unblockable thing never comes into play. All you've got to do is just, she has extra prowess, and it's just a normal Domino fight, and I've got Warlock for this fight, and it goes pretty well. I think I never take a hit into block on this, because I'm very comfortable doing that medium dashback intercept thing, punishing heavies and such, playing conservatively when she's lucky, because of course you don't want her to evade. Here I'm trying to bait the SP1 because I may as well. She throws a heavy, so that's fine, just go and punish it. There's the nice dashback thing again, push her to SP2. She doesn't evade, but I'm ready for it, so it doesn't catch me off guard. Only one hit, back off. And then we keep going. Yeah, I think I don't even parry her here. I think I take the whole fight without getting touched, but I think I take some of her. There we go. I take some crit failure damage there. I'm not entirely sure what failed, but something did. So yeah, then she throws the SP2, just a moment at least, and when she does, it's game over. So yeah, I'll talk about the next fight now. My next fight is Longshot, and I'm using Spidey 2099. I've taken Longshot with Spidey 2099 before, and as I said before, no buffs, no problem. That was what I thought going into this fight, but as you're about to see, doesn't go the way I want it to. Now this is a similar node, prowess and unblockable, but it also has hard knock life, so I'm thinking that's fine, I just won't really parry much. I tell myself I'll parry at the start, that's fine, and then going on I just won't parry, I'll just bait heavies and stuff, doesn't really matter. And that will actually cause a big issue in this fight. So I do my first parry here, and punish him, but then I know I won't do it, so I go for a nice intercept. He's got SP1, and it's harmless, so I can just wait for him to throw it, and eventually when he does, I punish it as per normal. It takes a while to throw it. I'm thinking throughout this fight, even if I push into SP2, it doesn't matter, because if he throws it, I have no buffs, so even if he has Pure of Heart active, it just doesn't matter, right? So, whatever. Another nice intercept there. Here I go for a light intercept, and he behaves a bit strangely. He throws light attacks randomly and catches me. Now here, watch what happens. I push him to SP2. Here, I see he has Pure of Heart. He throws his SP2, and shwoof, there goes my health. At this point, I'm thinking, what? Is that even possible? I've paused it here, and we're going to watch a sort of a replay of what happens here. So you see at this point I have 2 bad karma on me, and I'm about to push him to SP2. Now the way Longshot's abilities work is that when a non-damaging debuff lands on him, you lose a bad karma on you. So I intercept, hit him a few times, push him to. I throw my SP2 that puts a wither on him. Wither removes 1, and it kind of refreshes the other one. And then because I have 1 bad karma on me, his incinerate eats that. It eats that as well as buffs, and that is something I didn't realize. I didn't know the matchup as well as I thought I did, and yeah, you'll see that bad karma vanishes now, and I take all that damage. And now I'll play the rest of the fight. I'm pretty shaken at that. I'm not really sure sort of how that happened, but I'm thinking that's fine as long as I keep playing. Everything should be fine. But of course, what I forget is that when he throws the SP1, passes on the bad karma, which instantly evaporates me, and I died. So that's absolutely a lesson in knowing your matchups, or even if you think you know them, right? Study them even more. Now, I wasn't actually that upset. I wasn't like annoyed. I was quite matter of fact. I was like, oh, okay, I died. Oh well, fine. So I heal up and go straight back in. I've still got my invulnerability boost, so I just go ahead and use it. And I finish off the fight nice and easy. So what I should have done, and the reason that Hard Knock Life played a part there, is because normally, so that's never happened to me before, and the reason it's never happened to me before is because normally I'm always parrying Longshot, and when you parry Longshot, all the bad karma that's on you goes away. So you'll see that in the bit that I put in slow motion, I intercepted him and threw the SP2. If I'd parried him and then thrown the SP2, I wouldn't have any bad karma on me at all. He would have thrown the SP2 and nothing would have happened. Which is a real, so yeah, it's not a good fight to die to, let's put it that way, and especially in such a tight war against KenOB, who we know aren't going to die too much. Now I'm moving on to the minis. I'm taking all 3 of the left-hand minis before taking the boss. My next 2 fights are Tigra fights, so I'm here slapping on my Mystic boosts. And we have yet another Black Panther Civil War, but this time he's on a new node. We fought him on the one after this, we fought him on Safeguard, and here we have him on this node where he has Power Reserve, and you start missing once buffs expire on him. But because we're Tigra, he's not going to have any buffs on him ever at all, really. Well, he shouldn't. You'll see what happens here. He has, as I said, Power Reserve, so I can punish his SP1s with my Heavy all day long. And watch what happens here. Watch the neutralized debuff, passive timer, and the global timer. He throws another SP1 here. Keep watching those timers. I throw my Heavy, and the neutralized timer falls off just before the global. He has the armor upon him, and his signature ability kicks in, and he resists my Heavy. So that sucked. But I didn't let it throw me off. Backed off through the SP2, did the full unblockable thing, did a load of damage, and yeah, the fight is more or less over now. I don't quite finish it when I should. I'm not quite sure why, but I finish it here. So simple fight. Annoying that I have to heal up with 1 potion due to that timing issue, but yeah, not too bad. You'll also notice that I actually didn't have an invulnerability boost on. That's because I forgot. I'm a bit shaken still by that death, and unfortunately I make a couple of mistakes. That was one, and I make another mistake going forward. Here I let my friend Icy, who's putting Mr. Fantastic debuffs on Mangog for me, to tell him which ones once I'm done, because he's following me here. So now I'm against Super Skrull. Now we fought loads of Super Skrulls, usually with S32, but here we're using Tigra. This is the Conflictor node. We have the we have White Magneto pre-fight, so my parries are going to stick. But Tigra inflicts a load of debuffs because of her ruptures every time buffs fail to trigger, which means he's going to have an absolute load of power. And this fight is a bit of a slugfest, unfortunately, because there I dash in and get clipped because I'm stupid. Fail a parry, and then the fight finally gets started, and we get to see the cycle here. He throws his SP1, I punish it with a heavy, as I know I can do in this matchup. I parry here and hit him a couple of times, or don't even there, and he's at an SP1 again. So about half of this fight is me baiting out SP1s and punishing them with heavies. And see, immediately he's back to exactly the same power he was before. I have the falter on me, so I know I can do my my thing when he throws his SP1. I can dash in, dash out, dash in, dash in, dash out, and instead of dashing in here I do the heavy, because that's what Tiger does, but once again, bait out SP1. So pretty safe. I'm still at a full yellow bar. There I don't do a heavy just because I think it might give him too much power. Here I think I do go for a heavy, yeah. So yeah, you can sort of see the strategy here. I don't have all that much to say, to be honest. It's just a slow slogfest. You'll see again the falters on me, and I spend so much time baiting out specials that there the global does trigger. Luckily it doesn't give him the unstoppable. And I really want to throw my SP2 here, but I think it'd push him to SP2, so I don't. Again, I don't punish him there because I'm afraid of the global giving him unstoppable. There I do throw the SP2 just to get rid of it and do a bit more damage. It's a pain not having my stances up. I wish I could. Oh, there I get lucky. Hit into his heavy, into his block. Killed me last wall out of habit, but there he doesn't punish me, so lucky. Dash in, dash out. There I don't dash in because I see I've got the falter on me. I tried to do something clever there, but I fail. But I can just parry light attack and continue on. So again, we've made a couple of mistakes so far, but we're still back on a full 100%, and he's on about 50 after about 2 minutes. So slow ass fight, but it's live. And yeah, that's kind of all there is to this. So I think I'm gonna basically speed this up now, just while I grind through, doing the same things as before. Eventually he does get to an SP2 and he throws it, but it's fine. I know I can just block it. Coming up here-ish. Eventually I do push him. There we go, and you can see in fast motion I can just parry it because he doesn't have the block penetration, so it's fine. And finish off here with a nice SP2. And we move on to the next fight. So we have yet another MCOC on the left side mini with all the extra power gain. As I heal up and have a quick look at masteries and change boosts, my alliance mate is putting on the Miss Fantastic pre-fights. And here's my second big mistake that I mentioned earlier. I completely forget to use a power start 1 boost. I don't know why, I just enter the fight. Another silly mistake from me. Which does actually have a reasonably large impact in this fight. It's the same strategy as before. Parry heavy, trigger Dex. Parry heavy to refresh the Mr. Fantastic debuffs, and then Dex back to pause your own debuffs. I have max Petrify, so he's gaining no power at all from my hits when he's stunned. He's gained 1 power of power, but at this point normally I would throw the SP2 to get it with him, but I can't, so I have to work my way slowly up to another one. I can punish his his special one there, so I do. There I don't punish because I see he has the global, so I wait it out. A second SP1 here, many more SP1s than I would like. Normally I want him to throw 1 at most. He's about to throw his second here, and once again he goes unstoppable. He'll go unstoppable more often because Aspect of Evolution is going to give him more ability accuracy. So I can only expect that. Finally I get to my SP2 naturally and I throw it. So here we're actually reversing his power, or I think we are just reversing his power, because again Aspect of Evolution has increased his power gain rate. So all I can do here is sort of slowly slog my way through, trying to not get caught by the global. There he doesn't trigger it. Try to pause my own debuffs as often as I can, just manage it there. You'll see I'm about to lose my wither because I didn't do a good enough job pausing my debuffs. So it's just parry heavy and pause until I get to my next SP2. Luckily we're not managing to push him over a bar of power, which is good. Another heavy, and I finally pushed myself to SP2, looking for another. I should have paused there, but I didn't. Failed to pause it there, get another pause, and yeah, just that strategy to be honest. You'll see here he's at 7 hatred. If he threw 1 more SP1, I think he would be either at 10 and go unblockable and unstoppable, or almost be at 10. But yeah, so I sort of sabotaged myself with this fight completely pointlessly. Dragged it out and made it harder, just because I suppose I was still a bit shaken from dying. So yeah, don't make that mistake yourself, guys. And I think the SP2 is going to finish it now, whenever I get around to throwing it. Yeah. So, not too bad, but still not great. I suppose we saved a power start 1 boost. And now we have a Weapon X boss. This is, again, pretty fine for me. I'm very happy using Warlock. Now, again, I'm making another mistake here, which I think I took Warlock, Weapon X boss in my very first video for this season, and there I put on Suicide Masteries, and I should have done that again here. Mastery changes are free. I have no excuse really. I just should have done that, but I don't. I'm not entirely sure why. I'm not sure if I forgot, or I'm not sure if I just what I was thinking. It's possible I thought I don't need to. I don't actually remember, but it would have been much easier with them on, because of course the damage you do means you get more power back from the power back boosts. So overall this fight goes slightly worse than the first time I did it, but ultimately not too bad. I think I do get tagged at one point in this fight, whereas I didn't before. Now here, see that he's on 16 or so berserk charges. You really want to make him throw his SB1 to push himself into rage. You don't want to push him into it naturally. You'll see that comes into play again later. And here we do lots of nice backdraft light intercepts. We can do them all day against Weapon X when he's aggressive. Need him to throw his SP1, which he does, and now we can launch off an SP2 and give ourselves more power from the boost. You see, we don't get that much. That's why I really should put on Suicide Masteries. There I get tagged, but it's fine. Punish the heavy with the good timing. And yeah, this fight's kind of in hand. You see, he's out of his berserk phase now, so we don't really need to worry about the unblockable, but the strategy remains the same, to be honest. I can take blocked hits here, but you don't need to. I'm not sure, I don't think I do. Yeah, I'm still going in for intercepts here, just because it's part of a good rhythm. Oh no, I here I realise I base it heavy, so I do. Now here, I don't throw my SP2, because I know it's going to push him into enrage mode, and he'll be unstoppable and unblockable. So I hold it, knowing, because again, I want him to throw his SP1. If I throw my SP2 though, he would have definitely got unstoppable and punished me. So watch out for that when fighting him. He takes ages to throw it. I'm basing it out for a long time. He's becomes very passive here. Eventually, there we go, throws it. And I'm in a position where I can intercept with my SP2 if necessary, which I think I do, because I mistimed the hit here just, but I throw the SP2 and it's fine. He's still unblockable, so I have to intercept here, which I do just. Throws an SP1, and yeah, I took some hits early with the invul boost, didn't really matter. I'm at 94%, and yeah, the fight's basically over at this stage. Hit out the SP1 and finish off. Second death of the season, coming hot off the heels of the first. Bit of a pain, but such is life. Now, we all thought we were going to lose this, especially due to my death, but in the end, luckily, unfortunately for them, they died a couple more times, and we managed to take the win against KenOB, which was great to see. We kind of sorely needed a win there at this point, and we are now back in Masters. Hopefully we can stay there, but if not, it's not the end of the world. So, thank you everyone. Let's hope I don't die in the next war, and I will see you all in the next one. Ta-ta.